The following is a WAAY production.
What do you do in the middle of the day? Set your spirit free. Where do you go to catch a star? Create a moment high like sailing in clouds in the sun and the moon, spinning round. Oh, I'd like to go where there's no one around. Finish a song for you again. Write some words, play a tune, feel some music coming through. Improv sessions with my friends, muse and jester like to meet. Drift and sway wherever you go, spin the songs in the summer heat. Yeah, ba ba dee ba, ba ba da da. Friends laugh and grow, special times make life flow. Smell coffee to wake the day, wine to help the sunset low. Whoa, ba ba dee ba, ba ba da da. Seeing family grow, move to the tune of the beat. Watching concerts for me is what makes moments sweet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ba ba dee ba, ba ba da da. The banter flows. Finish a song for you, my friends. Is my hardest dream. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ba ba dee ba, ba ba da da.
That, of course, is the telltale voice of Gav Brown. Gav Brown burst into the Australian music scene with the release of his debut album in 2018, while building a reputation wowing fans through live gigs in Australia, Singapore, New Zealand, and the USA. He was born in Perth, Western Australia, and grew up in Perth and Sydney, and is both a composer and an artist with a mix in country, folk, and rock tunes. Gav started playing music at the age of 8 when his mother gave him a violin. At school, he also learned trumpet, piano, guitar, and drums. He wrote his first song at age 20 and was inspired by songwriters to include George Gershwin. Later in life, he taught himself the piano and the mandolin, and he played and sang at school before taking a break from music as life and work commitments unfolded. I asked Gav Brown about those early days and his start in the music business.
Yep, yeah, I've always been involved with music from a young age, and had a particular fascination with songwriting and chord progressions, and I basically grew the number of instruments that I played, and I had a bit of a work break with other things and got more intensely into the songwriting in the last probably 5 years, which culminated in the album coming together. And so it's been it's just been an exciting experience to be involved with and to produce the album with such great players and people on it. It's just been fantastic.
Wake up, my sweet angel. Love to see you smile. So lucky you are in my life. I love you for all time. Excitement greets hello. Crazy fun awaits. There's magic in the air when the circus comes to town. Send in the clowns, yeah. Just send in the clowns. Welcome to the crazy life. Characters floating by. Laughs and fun surround when the circus comes to town. Send in the clowns, yeah. Just send in the clowns. I wouldn't miss a moment. Excitement's just begun. The party's here when I arrive, and the circus comes to town. Send in the clowns, yeah. Just send in the clowns. I wouldn't change a thing, even if the heavens fall. I love you for all time. Send in the clowns, yeah. Just send in the clowns. Send in the clowns.
This is your host, Gerry Sorensen, and I'm talking to one of our favorite performers at WAAY-DB, Gav Brown. The first song that Gav was noticed for was the song Greatest Player. That being said, once you get into this album, you very soon learn this isn't just a one-song album. This is a great album with many different musical styles and genres and many different moods. And so I asked Gav about the album.
This is the first album that we've put out, and we've got some more albums in the pipeline, but this is the first one. And it's done. I've been ecstatic how well it's been received in Australia and in America and also in Europe.
If somebody were to ask you to describe your music, what would you say?
Well, it's a mix of country, folk, and pop, and there's I've heard people describe there's elements of Tom Waits, and but I was originally inspired by Bruce Springsteen with his band and the way they were able to work different elements of genres throughout the pieces, and so that's what we've attempted to put into the album, which so there's elements of rock and country and folk in there.
So much talent in everyone. Go and show the world just what you've got. Give the world the gift of the talent you possess. The songbird sings softly as the first breath it takes. The world will come to love the melodies you make. The songbird sings softly as the sunshine fills the air. Spread your wings to fly, live life without a care. So fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. Fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. Spread your wings and show the color you possess. Time to leave the nest. Go out and do your best. Peer over the edge. Small steps, move and grow. So fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. Fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. See you soon, look forward to adventures you will tell. Places you've seen, people you've met, and the joy you've given to them. So fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. Fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. Look back at the nest with care and love. Look back with a glow in your heart, flying in spirit with you. We're proud of who you are. So fly, bird, fly, bird, fly. Fly, bird, fly, bird, fly.
Even with this outstanding selection of songs, however, there is no doubt that the first song that caught WAAY-DB's listeners' attention from Gav Brown was the song The Greatest Player. And I asked Gav about that song. And I specifically asked Gav about a couple of comments that listeners had made when the song first began to air on WAAY-DB. They specifically pointed out Gav's very characteristic voice.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've heard a number of people comment on my voice. It's got a unique character to it, which which I guess has just sort of evolved in the way that it has. Which I think it's got its own unique character to it.
It's very characteristic. And speaking of the greatest player, which I pointed out was the first song that we began to play, tell me a little bit about the background on that song and where it came from.
Yeah, well, it's at one point in my career, I was into rugby, and I think it was about 2007. Someone asked me to go and do some rugby coaching, and so I was involved with these. They were about 20-year-olds. It was an under-20 team, and I was lucky enough. One thing I'm quite skilled at is inviting people to assist in coaching. So I had a coaching staff of about 5, which consisted of national wallaby rugby players and also sort of state rugby players, and there were sports science professors and all sorts of things. And it sort of came about from a whole bunch of sports motivation things in getting players prepared for their big matches. In that, if you've got to play a big match, regardless of your level, you need to be quite confident about your own skills, and the more that you can talk in relation to being as good as you are, that's the best preparation for a big match, and it was also. And I got, I got different inputs from my friend who played in South Africa, who was a wallaby, and we had this long discussion about, what was the best way to inspire people before their matches, and and he told me that he's been involved with a whole bunch of chest thumping exercises, and the best thing that he ever saw was with the Natal Sharks, and it was having a quiet prayer before the match, and off they went, and they dominated the competition. And so it was just a combination of those sorts of preparations and mindset for sporting matches, which sort of morphed into the song, which I was really pleased about, and the way it was arranged with all the solos was also an element which I was quite excited to put in there with the trumpet and drums and the guitar solos, and so that was sort of the evolution.
in the world, and I know it. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am. Whoa. off the big, big show. Learned speed and strength to be best of all. My boot hits the ground, energy flows. Clench my fist, wings on my feet. Oh, what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. Oh, what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am. Whoa. Motivated with family and friends, faith and my mates, fans and myself. The game is played in my head for the winning score. Hard work is done, now the time to perform. Oh, what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. Oh, what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am. Whoa. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am. Whoa. Player in the world, and I know it. I am. Whoa. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am the greatest player in the world, and I love it. I am.
If you've seen the video for the song The Greatest Player, you'll notice there are a number of individual solos. Specifically, there is an excellent solo by the guitar player. I asked Gav about him.
Well, his name is Christian Boring, and he's got a background in London, and he's actually a Danish jazz guitarist who's very accomplished in his own right, and he actually married my cousin, who is also on the album, who is very accomplished in London. She played percussion on the album, and I was just his skills on the guitar is something which I'm in awe of every time I see it.
He's amazing.
Yes, yeah. Well, well, he's had a fantastic career in jazz, particularly, and the jazz background has basically, he's very skilled in playing any type of music you could possibly ask him. I've been really lucky to have him on the team.
Where does your life force come from? Where's your inner calm? What are you waiting for? Time to yell it out loud. Oh, can you hear me? Look around us. touch the sun. Live a special kind of life. Discover who you really are. When you live a values life. Oh, can you hear me? Look around us. There's a light force coming down. Look around us. There's a new world all around. Make plans and values made each and every day. Make life a great adventure. Be true to who you are. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, can you hear me? With life well lived, reflect on times you've had. Live true, live free.
That, of course, is Gav Brown, featured today on WAAY DB. I'm Gerry Sorensen. Here's some non-musical facts about Gav Brown. He sailed in a number of sailing national championships. Did you know that he was once the highest point scorer for a UWA rugby club and a member of the state WA U21 developmental squad for rugby? Rugby ended for Gav after multiple operations on his knee and on his shoulder. He was a rugby coach in 2007, however, for a UWA rugby club. Gav was a state masters champion in rowing in double sculls. He had a rib injury at state championships in 2009, however, which ended his competitive sporting endeavors. He was a one-time lifesaver at Northcott Surf Club, and that caught my attention because of this song.
You take care of me, I'll take care of you. Together we will touch the sky, ride the rainbow flying high. You take care of me, I'll take care of you. So many people passing by, and there you were. Live a life of romance and passion in our hearts. Whoa, la da la da 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 da, la da la da 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 da. We've had struggles since being together. Get through tensions with a laugh and smile. makes our love grow every day. Sharing our special life. You take care of me, I'll take care of you. Together we will touch the sky, ride the rainbow flying high. You take care of me, I'll take care of you. So many people passing by, and there you were. Live a life of romance, passion in our hearts. Whoa, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Caring through the good and bad. Spend great times with each other. Celebrate our blessed life. So take care of me, I'll take care of you. Passing by, and there you were. Live a life of romance and passion in our hearts. Whoa, da 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 da.
You're listening to WAAY DB. We're interviewing Gav Brown today and featuring his music. He's one of the favorite artists that we have here on WAAY. One of the current songs that we're playing that has been very well received by the audience is The Last Dance. And I asked Gav if he would tell us a little bit about that song.
Yeah, well, it actually got inspired by my sister's friend's boyfriend was preparing he was an artistic director in Europe looking for ideas for a Guinness commercial, and basically this guy was basically passed out on a bench. And his girlfriend said, "Don't mind him. He's been working hard, cruising around Ireland, trying to work out Guinness commercials." And they came across this mining town where the mine had shut down, and there were all these out of work mine workers, and basically they were doing a charity benefit for the community to raise money for people that were on hard times. So that's sort of how it came, and he got inspired to basically create a Guinness commercial out of this experience that he had, and it inspired me to write the song. Which, I really appreciate the community nature of some places which do it tough sometimes, and the community comes together and you basically pitch in to do your best for your community and people that are really doing it a bit tough.
There's a hush down on Main Street as the band takes to the stage. You step on up to the microphone as the crowd begins to roar, throwing off what's held us back. Lives have changed, playing for the people, playing for our friends and fans. I love you all, I believe in you, together we'll thrive. I love you all, let's live this dream, you and I. Small mining town raising money for people who lost their jobs, so everybody came along as the band gave it all they've got. We played with all our hearts to those with weary souls. The band and crowd will be one before the night is done. Please save the last dance for family. I'll save the last dance for you. Please save the last dance for you and I. As one we can make our dreams come true. Fathers came before us, did the best they could, worked to give their families every kind of good. Call on the strength that made them great, courage coming through. Take the stage with me, my friends, together we'll get through. I love you all, I believe in you, together we'll thrive. I love you all, let's live this dream, you and I. Please save the last dance for family. I'll save the last dance for you. Please save the last dance for you and I. As one we can make our dreams come true.
Earlier in the program, it was mentioned that one of Gav's influencers was George Gershwin. He has others, though: Bruce Springsteen, Sting, James Taylor, Carlos Santana, and John Mayer, and he has been compared to Tom Waits, the Pogues, and Dave Allen. I asked Gav about Springsteen.
All of his songs, are just so heartfelt, and which when you add his own musicianship and the people he has around him, their musicianship, it just creates a very special song. And I've been very lucky with the people that I've had, and we've just created these songs, which I'm very pleased with.
Nothing else to do, nothing else to say. I just want to be with you today. Nothing else to do, nothing else to say. I just want to be with you today. We are just living in the sunlight. We are just living in the moonlight. We're just living the magic of love. You came to me, soft and warm, sing all night till the break of dawn. What more can I do? What more can I say? Let's go off until the nicest day. We are just living in the sunlight. We are just living in the moonlight. We're just living the magic of love. We are living in the sunlight. We are living in the moonlight. We are just living in love. Let's find a way when we're old and grey to rejoice in the day till the sun sets low. Bask in the love as our hearts collide. We are soulmates on this ride. We are just living in the sunlight. We are just living in the moonlight. We're just living the magic of love. We are living in the sunlight. We are living in the moonlight. We are just living in love. Nothing else to do, nothing else to say. I just want to be with you today. Nothing else to do, nothing else to say. I just want to be with you today. We are living in the sunlight. We are living in the moonlight. We are just living in love.
Well, I think like with the US, we appreciate all sorts of different musics, and so there's all sorts of different styles and festivals which are appreciated from country to folk to rock and other genres, and I think. We're a very isolated country, and I think that has its negatives, but sometimes it has its positives, that people just come up with their own different takes on different things, which sometimes work out quite nicely.
A pocket full of pixie dust makes things right. Peter Pan enters the room with Tinkerbell on a quest for Neverland. Flying through the stars tonight. Let's go on an adventure. Sail the seas and battle Captain Hook with a sword in hand. Fly high with me. Sprinkle down pixie dust. Send spirits soaring. Let go of yesterday. We can be free. Stars shine, bright skies, mystery surrounds. Live your wildest dreams, your inner child set free. Playful fun, cares behind, stay forever young. A pocket full of pixie dust makes things right. Peter Pan enters the room. Tinkerbell on a quest for Neverland, flying through the stars tonight. Let's go on an adventure, sail the seas, battle Captain Hook with a sword in hand. Fly high with me, life's short, so stand tall, step out of the crowd. Find your passion, there's beauty all around. Follow your heroes, let them help you through. Pocket full of pixie dust makes things right. Peter Pan enters the room. Tinkerbell on a quest for Neverland, flying through the stars tonight. After battle pirates, rescue Wendy from Captain Hook. Sail the sea, sing a song, dance the day away. Your music flow. Be brave and take the stage. Shine your lights around. Let pixie dust surround. Show passion every day and give your love away. Live a glorious life. Spread pixie dust around. Spread pixie dust around.
He once started out a young man of 8 with a violin. Gav's future plans? He says his plans are to write the best songs that he can, utilizing the best musicians and producers. He wants to approach music with an experimental style and mix genres. He wants to take risks with different musical techniques to create interesting music and to share it with the world. Thank you for listening. Gav Brown was a production of WAAY-DB. I'm your host, Gerry Sorensen.
I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am. Whoa. As a child, I dreamt of the big show. Learned speed and strength to be best of all. My blood hits the ground, energy flows. Clench my fist, wings on my feet. For what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. For what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am. friends and myself. The game is played in my head for the winning score. Hard work is done, now the time to perform. For what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. For what they're about to receive, may they appreciate. I am the greatest player in the world, and I know it. I am